We don't talk just about downsizing now. We're talking about a state of mind, a state of the economy in which we will probably always have these trim, lean organizations who at the same time are saying, do more, do more, do more, do more. And by the way, have a quality life too. How do you get people to handle that kind of problem?
Again, change requires a tension between two forces. And in fact, Rosebeth Moss-Kanter put it very nicely. In one of her articles, she said, excellent companies are two things simultaneously. They are very tight and they are very loose. I knew that had potential because it was confusing. All training that is really of value is very confusing. And I read further, and what she had to say made a lot of sense. Excellent companies are tight and loose. Most companies are tight or loose. When things are going well, they're loose all over. Hey, you need people. Hey, hire them. You need money. You need to buy equipment. Buy it. Then as soon as market share decreases, they have problems in the economy. They get tight all over. You want money? You got to be kidding me. Take up a collection. It works well at the airports. You need people. Have children. But the real excellent companies give a different message. I'm tight everywhere I can be tight, and loose where you can show me we can add value. The key to the future in change management is not just cutting costs. I mean, you can only cut costs so far. The job is, how do I create a team that is learning, that is flexible, that's focused on meeting the needs of a customer, and is adding business, is adding value to people. But what it requires is you can't treat everybody the same. In the past, it used to be, we'll give everybody the same raises, everybody the same budgets. Now we're saying, I got to be tough enough to say, you deserve a zero budget. You deserve additional people. And then we give them the education to help them move and the early information to allow them to move.
Well, when you're cutting all those budgets and creating more and more limited resources, how do you make them stretch?
Part of it has to do with two things that are very important today. Number one, having a timeline. We're increasingly finding those projects that have a timeline, sometimes they have to cut down on functionality, but they get it done. At the Olympics in Los Angeles, Peter Ubroth put up on the wall for every planning session, lack of planning on your part does not constitute a crisis on my part. He went on to add in his own words, he would say things like, we have only 14 days for the Olympics. We cannot postpone it. People are coming to town. Therefore, any responsibility you take on, it is your job to let us know well prior to the Olympics so we can move resources. The only hope that we have in a fast-changing, low-resource environment is early problem solving. Most of us have not been trained to do that. We've been trained to juggle until we get everything done and then come to people at the end and say, I'm sorry, tomorrow we die. The real job of the future is, how do I get information in the loop? How do I create an awareness that if you're an employee of mine and you want to come to me and you tell me you got a problem, you have no problem if you come early, because we'll move resources from something that's not as important into what is. We're going to get done what's important because we got to focus and we got a willingness to communicate and give information early.